Welcome to another episode of the Papa Bear Show. My name is Imani Lucas, aka the Lukey Man. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Miss LaShanya Breeze Brazell, and we hope y'all are having an amazing month. And today we're going to be talking about dads in real estate. This show is brought to you by the community, for the community, and I want to thank our sponsors first. Black Fathers Inc., the California Department of Public Health, Papa Bear's Village, and of course, United and Guided, which is our nonprofit community-based 501c organization that just landed a spot at Cap City on Broadway and Martin Luther King. Come out and see us. We are across the street from American Legion High School. We hope to see y'all in the Oak Park community very, very soon.
And hello, everyone. My name is LaShanya Brazell, aka Shanya Breeze. If you haven't heard, somehow on July 13th, there has been an assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania. Regardless if it was fake news or not, the shooter has been identified as Thomas Matthews Crooks. He was a 20-year-old, and the FBI states that the shooter had no motives. Just came out there blasting. Just shooting.
Now, first of all, rest in peace to those who were injured and passed away in this incident. Nobody should have been harmed at a peaceful political rally. But what is going on with the world, Breeze?
I don't know, and that baby was really young, 20 years old. What was his motive for? I know they say no motive, but there had to be a reason why he wanted to go out there and attempt that assassination on Donald Trump.
That's right. And you know, there's all kinds of things that are happening in our society where the easy access to social media and the easy influence that you can easily get from other adults when you're a child. You know, you're talking about a 20-year-old man who was easily impressionable, but really felt like he could make a long-distance shot without a scope and a high-powered rifle. And where does one get that type of encouragement to do stuff like that?
And how did he even get into the rally with that weapon at all? Where was the security? Why wasn't he checked in? Also, I will go back to the snipers on the roof. You have the scope, so you didn't see that. Right. So it's also alarming. Again, RIP for that young man, and condolences to his family and the others that was impacted by that as well.
Yes. And so I do have to give props where props are due. Donald Trump, you fell down. They hardly had to lift you back up. And when you was bleeding and putting your fists up in the air, you know, it made me think of a proud moment of anybody who had to come up, and after being rattled like that, it didn't look like you had a whole lot of fear in your face. So maybe that's why some people thought it was staged. But I really thought that somebody made an attempt on your life, and then you still stood up and put your fist. So big ups for that. I always love to see courage in the face of adversity. You know, we stand for that, and we try to nurture people to be the same way.
Only the strong survives at the end of the day. So,
that's
yes,
right,
absolutely.
Breeze. In other news, the California State Fair opens up their first marijuana consumption lounge. This lounge is away from the big traffic areas at the event, and has tight security in order to make sure that it's a controlled environment. It has its own DJ booth, and marijuana crops on display. Must be 21 years old or older to be in this lounge in the first place. Now look at there. What are they doing at the state fair now, Breeze? You know, all of a sudden, you know, there were tight restrictions on the marijuana laws, and then once they changed it into recreational, and you know, some of the cities were able to develop these types of lounges. But did you know, in Sacramento, they put a hold on a lot of that activity, and some of the lounges were still considered illegal. So they would actually raid some of them because they were still trying to do them somewhat underground. Meanwhile, in Oakland and LA, they were able to start getting creative around these cannabis lounges. Some of them were even making fusions with restaurants. So they can sell edibles at both sides. They had strict laws about each side being its own like declared side, but they were allowing creativity in the business. And Sacramento was kind of on the back burner of doing that, Breeze, because now, I don't even think that they've changed anything to where you can be creative in that industry. But obviously, because it's the state fair, California State Fair, they're allowing it right in our state fair.
I see nothing wrong with it. It's just like alcohol. It looks like it's going to be controlled, right? It's illegal, obviously, so it's going to be controlled. So I say, hey, to each his own. Go ahead and have a good time. Just be safe doing it.
Right.
Yes, be responsible.
And it has a large consumer base.
It
so
sure
people
does.
coming from out of town to be part of the state fair, they're consumers as well. So why try to hide the fact that they're going to be consumers of that and really add to the commerce of California and the state
And
fair.
us being the capital as well. So
That's right.
that's creative. We're going to put that lounge in the state fair. So that's creative to me. So.
But emphasis on 21 and
Yes.
above, of course.
And responsibility. Be responsible.
That's
Absolutely.
right. Quick health fact that the brain doesn't fully form until you're 24 years old. And medical or any type of marijuana use can cloud that brain development because it's not fully mature yet. So those are the
Absolutely.
biological reasons for holding off until your brain is totally mature on the weed.
Good facts. Good facts.
Yes. All right, everybody, we are back. And tonight we're going to delve a little bit into the California real estate market, which has experienced quite the rebound this year. As you know, it's been fluctuating a little bit. High interest rates have gone up, which kind of reduced the amount of potential buyers that may be out there. Meanwhile, sellers are still trying to keep their prices relatively high and sometimes out of reach for your average home buyer. But with all of that, the existing single-family home sales are projected to surge by 22.9%, and they're projecting that it'll reach 327 and 100 units. So that's right. So Californians are still on the move, but hold on to your hats because median home prices are climbing up as well. And they're up by 6.2%, going to $860,300.
And I know that was a lot to take in. It sounds like it's a Debbie Damper, but guess what? Now hold on for some good news. If you're in the market for mortgage, interest rates are expected to drop, offering some relief and potentially increasing property listings by 10 to 20%. So before you start celebrating, hold on, remember this, only around 14% of households can afford this medium price homes. So affordability still feels like finding a needle in the haystack.
Hey, and despite highly increased resale inventory, the housing supply remains tight. High mortgage rates have made sellers reluctant to list, keeping prices elevated, but slowing down their rise. It's like a real estate game of musical chairs, and nobody wants to give up a seat.
So what's the takeaway? The California housing market is on the path to recovery, backed by declining mortgage rates and a slow but steady rise in inventory. However, affordability and tight supply issues are here to stay for now.
Yes. And so, hey, that's our update today for California real estate.
Yes.
Stay tuned for more news. And remember, finding your dream home still may be a little hard, but it is not as hard as finding a parking spot in San Francisco. Don't try to do that. All right. But so that just leads us into our conversation about fatherhood. This is Black Fathers Inc. This is the Papa Bear Show. It would not be a Papa Bear Show if we didn't represent a great Black parent. And we have one here, Mr. Adrian Hillman, who is a real estate agent, and he works for a company that's been involved in real estate for several years. I want to pass it over to him to let him talk a little bit more about it. But he has been connected with Papa Bear's Village and United and Guided almost since the inception. He was one of the original members to come out to the park and be a part of what we have going on. But then he's also been gracious enough to come back and give some of his knowledge and expertise to help other fathers and other mothers that are looking to try to improve themselves financially and perhaps research into finding their own home. So, I'm just going to go right into it, man. Welcome, Mr.
Thank you.
Hillman.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
for being here.
Absolutely, I appreciate
Absolutely.
And so I'm not from Sacramento. I've been here since 2009. But you grew up in Sacramento, correct? Or did
Yeah.
you grow up in a different part of
it.
California?
Yeah, so I started in SoCal till I was about 13, and then moved up to Sacramento, 8th grade to high school. Been here ever since. Yeah.
So what happened in high school? Was high school?
I mean, high school was phenomenal. I mean, I'm a Spartan, so shout out
Okay.
to the Spartans. I went to
Okay.
San Juan High School.
All right.
Had a great time there, great support system
Okay.
with the school, a lot of pride with the school. We were successful in the classroom, more so, but on the field as well with
Okay.
sports. And that's where I was able to thrive to, really make my mark, so
Okay.
to speak.
What sport did you play? 'Cause
I played
that's
basketball.
That's where I'm getting at. What you
Yeah, I was a basketball player. That's what I did. I chased
Mm-hmm.
the dream.
Uh-huh.
My parents gave me that dream at a young age, and I wanted to run with it. I told the Lord, if He let me play basketball, I might miss some Sundays, but
Right.
if you allow me to play, I promise to give you the glory
Good.
and come back to you,
Good.
when that time comes. So
All right. All right.
I was able to chase that dream, so love it.
I love it, man.
Yes.
It just seems like you were able to achieve goals at a very young age.
Yes.
What led you to get into this business? Because
Absolutely.
I know you got to have a lot of resilience and discipline.
Yeah, absolutely. So being competitive,
Mm-hmm.
wanting to be a servant and wanting to help people. And buying a home is the biggest purchase in 95% of people's life. Unless you're rich and you're out there buying yachts and all that
Right,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
that's a different story.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But in all reality, the home purchase is the biggest purchase you're gonna make. And it allowed me to help advance my family
Okay.
so much that I was like, you know what? I wanna help my brothers and sisters, be able to do that as well, because it's huge.
Yes, yes.
Game changing.
So, go ahead. Were you gonna say something? Okay. So, if I came up to you and said, "Hey, I'm scared. I want to buy a house. I don't know
Yes.
where to start. Give me 3 reasons why and how you would empower me to buy a house."
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
Great question.
All right.
So the first thing I would tell you is that you're not by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a support system. I'm with the Tom Daves Made for More team out of Roseville. We do the whole Sacramento area. So you're going to have a team of people helping you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Myself, team coordinators, the brokers,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's going to support you to achieve your goal. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it step by step. First thing we want to do is get you approved.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We have a lender that we refer you to. They take great care of you, find out what you can qualify for. Once that is completed and we have a pre-approval, then we'll go out and start looking at homes.
Okay.
And find out what's in your price range. It can be scary at first.
Okay.
If you hear everything on the news, prices are up, this, that, and the other, but I'm a Christian. You put your trust in God. He wants the best for you. I always refer back to when my son was sick and I had to lean on my wife because she would just hold him and nurture him. I wasn't able to do that. Men aren't designed that, but the woman, she would do that for him. And that's what God's love is. So if you just put that first, we'll definitely be able to find you a home.
Yes, I do believe. I am very religious, so everything, yes, would you say, faith without work is, there you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right, I do believe in that. Go ahead.
Has your faith, how does your faith play the part in your interest as a dad or
Yes.
in your role as a dad, I should say?
Yeah, great question. So what I do is I try to give my son a foundation
Yeah.
because we want them to have confidence. We're in America, and he's a young Black and Samoan man, right? So he's going to look Black as he goes out into the world. But what I want him to do is go out to the world with his shoulders back, his chest high, and his chin up, right? So that he is confident regardless of where he is.
That's right.
That's important. If we can instill that confidence, he can know he can do anything. Sky's the limit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's very inspiring. I'm
yes,
sorry,
no,
please
no,
go
no
ahead.
worries. So take me through the process. I have bad credit,
Okay.
shaky job, but
Okay.
really just want to take the steps.
Yes.
And I don't know where to begin. I'm telling you, my score, low 400s. I
Okay.
mean, that's the worst case scenario for some.
Everybody was had a 400 at some time,
Right,
So
right.
the only way to go is up.
Right.
So here's the thing: if you have bad credit, we have people who work on your credit
Okay.
to help your credit get to where it needs to be to buy a home, right?
Right.
Now, having a shaky job, as long as you've had a consistent job for 2 years, you're going to have W-2s that we'll be able to go and find out how much you can afford.
Right.
And then what we do is I kind of pass you on to a lender who will then take it from that point to get you the pre-approval.
Okay.
Once you have the pre-approval, then I can come in 100%, start showing you homes,
Okay.
taking you around, letting you see what's available to you,
Okay.
asking what you like. You want 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, you want 3, 2, you want to be in Oak Park, you want to be in South Sac, you want to be in Citrus Heights, you want to be in North Highlands, Del Paso, Roseville, wherever you want to be.
Okay.
Do you have kids, right? Are we going to look at schools?
Yes.
We want to put you in a school where the kids are going to be challenged but get a good education.
Okay.
Do you want to be around shopping?
Right.
Do you like to shop? Do you like to go out and eat? Right? I want to
Right.
put you in a place where you're going to have all of those amenities at your fingertips.
Okay. I love it.
And so what is so impressive about that is you just demonstrated the power of listening, right? Because you wouldn't have even come through all those different types of scenarios if you hadn't listened to someone
Right.
tell you that that
Exactly.
was one of their issues. So, how does listening play a role in the life of a real estate agent and a person helping
Communication, effective communication.
It's
Yes.
100%. Part of our buyer's agreement, when I'm dealing with new buyers, I ask them, have you ever purchased a home before? And they'll say yes or no. Then I say, what is the biggest thing that you're looking for from a real estate agent? And allow them to tell me. And then I ask them, what do you think the biggest complaint from buyers about a real estate agent? And what would you guys say the biggest complaint is?
Communication and not listening, or just moving
100%.
fast, too fast.
100%. They don't listen or they don't communicate effectively.
Right.
Whether it's about how much it costs to get a home,
Right.
about them calling you back in a timely manner,
Right.
just being prompt. It's a relationship business.
Absolutely.
So if
Yeah.
I can't build trust real quick to show you that I'm going to be there for you,
Right.
regardless of what the case is, if we can't buy it today, that doesn't mean we can in 6 months or 12 months.
Correct.
Right? So
Right.
it's long term, right? So I want to build that relationship so that I can do the best job I can, and I'm kind of required to.
Okay.
Because I told my Lord, I was like, hey, I want to be a servant and do your will, but I like real estate, so help me do that within the real estate. And he said, okay, if you ask, I'll give it to you.
And you got to stick to the word, because
Got
when you
to.
don't do it, he'll come back and get you.
Man, absolutely.
He'll come back and
Absolutely.
get no
Absolutely.
frill. I know what you're talking about.
I don't like rejecting love.
You're right there. You
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
right.
And all he
Right.
do is want to love us.
Right,
So
exactly.
that's
Oh,
how I try
love
to
it.
be.
I just love your value system around that again, because I know that's a lot of our fears as Black people, as wanting to purchase a home,
Yeah.
and then not knowing where, and then just not being educated where to begin, or
Yeah.
just someone looking at us and just taking that information. First of all, we don't like giving up all that personal information.
Right, of
Then you
course.
got my personal information. You had sold me on this whole dream. I'm gonna get you in a home, and as soon as they run that credit and see, because it ain't a quick dollar for them. It's not a quick dollar for them. They're putting you on the back burner. So, and I've been there before. So that's why I
Okay.
ask those questions. We're just let down.
Right,
just let down.
absolutely.
So, but I really love and trust that you are doing the Lord's work. I love that you said that.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
two, that it's your mission. It's your missionary work.
It is. It
That's
is.
what I call your missionary
Yes,
work. There you
yes,
go.
absolutely, absolutely. Because everybody deserves to have their own home. Because we all gonna have to have a roof over our head.
Oh yes.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yes. Oh yes.
And there's a way. We just have to figure it out and find out what's going to be available
Right.
for you.
It's nothing like having your own too. And then that garden. I'm working on that.
There
Getting
we
that
go.
Garden.
Yeah,
Swinging
absolutely.
around my garden. I'm seeing it within the next year. And
Yeah.
I've told Imani within the next year I'm going to be. So I'll be seeing you soon. I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
purchase a house. I want
Absolutely.
a garden. And
Okay. And we don't have to wait. We can start the process now. So in 6 to 12 months, it's a reality.
Okay, there
you know
you
what I
go.
mean?
Right,
And that's
okay.
what I said. It takes 6, 12, sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years.
Yep.
But as long as we keep cultivating that relationship,
Right.
building that rapport, and just being a human kindness, and helping out others, we definitely be able to help assist.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yes. So, I got some questions just about the professional side of the
Yes.
real estate business because, I admire your faith in it. I feel like it gives you this resilience,
Yes.
but you sort of need that type of resilience to deal in the ups and down worlds and, working on commission and that type of stuff.
Yes.
What's it like for a young person that wants to go into this world? Because you don't need to have a college education necessarily
No.
to get into the business.
You don't. And that's a great point you bring up. You can spend about $700, go take a 4-hour class for 8 days, and then study for your test to become a real estate agent. That's all it takes, right? And real estate generates a ton of money, as we all know, because home purchases are the biggest purchase in most people's lives. So you can definitely do it. Now, once you get to that point, you're still going to have to hustle and grind. You got to have a little grit to you, right? Because whether you're door knocking, whether you're cold calling or you're getting inbound calls, you have to be able to build that relationship quickly and set appointments so people want to meet with you. You have to be prompt. You have to be able to take a no, 100 no's to get that one yes, and not let it change your smile, right? And you can't just say, I want to do it for the money. You have to be passionate about what you do. And a lot of successful realtors, brokers, lawyers, doctors, they tell you what their why is. If you know what your why is, that's going to push you far past any amount of money. Because you're always going to want to make more money, right? But if you know your why is so that you can help your son go to school, or you can have the freedom to go take him to practice, you know, you can help your wife do what she needs to do for her job, so you have the freedom to run around and do things. It makes it so much better.
It's funny that you brought up when you get that individual on the phone, you're going to quickly build that relationship or want to, right? So, and that's key. You have to have the momentum and the tone, right?
Yes.
To not sound like you're pushy, not sound like, hey, you know, you're the expert and you know what's best for them, right? And those are skills you just don't. You have to develop those skills. You have to work on them every day.
100%.
And I always say a person can tell when you're smiling on the other end, right? Whether or not. So, and they can tell if you're real. Some people can just tell if you're real. So that's the key. So I got you. I'm telling you, I bet you a lot of that's a lot of issues with, I didn't like the way she or he sounded. They just sound like they was pushy, and so that
100%.
You just lost money.
100%. Yes, yes. And then you have to learn from it, right? Because no one's perfect, and no one knows everything. And a wise man always told me, surround yourself with people who know more than you, right? Who are smarter than you, so they can help you, right? Now, you don't want to go in there and be a slouch, and they got to drag you along. You got to pull your own weight. But if you surround yourself with people who know more than you and they've done things you can't do. For example, Imani. You know, he's taken Papa Bear to a whole new level. And I love being able to see him do that. And I try to pick his brain as many times as I can and come on the shows and come on the Zoom calls because he has attributes that are huge. And so do you. That's why you're sitting next to him and he's sitting next to you, right? You guys are a team. Yeah, we can't do anything by ourselves. And that's why I love the Made for More team, because I have people who have done it and they're great at it. If we was talking basketball, then it'd be a different story. I'd be like, I can hold my own regardless of who it is, right? But this is real estate, you know what I mean? So I'm like, let me sit next to Jordan and LeBron and Pippen and Magic, you know what I mean? So that can rub off on me, and then I can just bring to it what I add of that servanthood and then be successful.
This is good.
So we got a couple more minutes left. I want to give you the opportunity, because you brought some great souvenirs here. And tell us a little bit more about Made for Me.
So Made for More is just the name of our team. And basically, it's the Made for More team. This is my QR code, so you can take a picture of that. It'll take you directly to our website, give you all the information you need. Most importantly, it'll give you my contact info so that I'm able to get on the phone with you, see what your goals are, set up a quick meeting. I like Starbucks, but we can meet anywhere just to have a face-to-face. I can show the opportunities. Once I do that, we just map out a plan. I ask you what your goals are. You know, what are your dreams? What do you want to do? And then we go from there. And then, of course, this is our preferred lender, who is in our, they're in our office now as well, but they have their own office in Roseville. They have a multitude of different programs, from first-time home buyers to people who want to invest. Down payment assistance, which is really huge, especially in California, because the prices are so high. So we definitely want to, there's something for everybody, right? There's a loan for everybody. Even if you are, if you're 1099 and you make money, just any kind of job where you're a contractor,
Yeah.
right? They have private lenders
For
who can help you. If you don't have a Social Security card, they have private lenders who can help you buy a home.
Okay.
So there's just unlimited potential available for you.
Okay.
And then, there's always marketing. So, we just
love
came
it.
off of 4th of July.
Love it.
One of my good friends, Shannon, she made these for us. And what does it say over there? It's like, I'm not sure whether this makes me a patriot, but I do sell homes, so I can help
Love
you.
it.
There you go. If that's not patriotic, I don't know what is. And that is a wrap for our Papa Bear
Yes,
show
yes.
today. They're giving us the signal that we got to end. We don't want to end, of course,
Go on and
but we
on,
have
but-
to end right now. So, hey, I'm just bidding you all farewell. Have a great evening. I'm the Lukey Man, Imani Lucas. I'm here with Miss Shania Breeze, the beautiful, and we want to thank our special
Yes.
guest, Mr. Adrian Hillman, for coming
Thank
out
you.
and sharing, dropping jewels with us. So,
Good night, family.
peace,
See you next
everybody.
time. Yes.
Thank you.